The mystery of the moon: natural satellite or artificial object? The moon has always stood as a silent guardian in the night sky, captivating humanity with its silver glow and mysterious presence. It has inspired poets, guided travelers, influenced mythologies, and shaped the rhythm of life on Earth through its gravitational pull. Yet, despite centuries of observation and decades of scientific exploration, our nearest celestial neighbor continues to raise far more questions than answers. Could the moon truly be just a natural satellite, or is it something far more unusual, perhaps even an artificial construct? Theories of the moon's origin. Scientists have long debated the origin of the moon. The most widely accepted theory is the giant impact hypothesis, which suggests that about 4.5 billion years ago, a Mars-sized body, often referred to as Theia, collided with the young Earth. The debris from this catastrophic impact allegedly coalesced into the moon. However, this theory leaves significant gaps. Lunar rocks brought back by Apollo missions contain isotopic compositions nearly identical to Earth's mantle, which contradicts the idea of a separate planetary body contributing most of the moon's mass. Additionally, the lack of sufficient volatile elements on the moon raises questions that the giant impact model cannot fully explain. Other hypotheses, such as the moon forming alongside Earth co-accretion theory, being captured by Earth's gravity, capture theory, or splitting off from Earth's crust due to rapid rotation, fission theory, each fail in different ways. None can fully account for the moon's unusual orbit, its relatively small iron core, and its many chemical peculiarities. This scientific uncertainty fuels speculation that the moon might not be entirely natural. Strange anomalies in lunar composition. Samples collected from the lunar surface revealed surprising details. For one, the surface regolith often appears older than the layers beneath it, suggesting a complex geological history. Some rocks are estimated to be billions of years older than Earth itself, raising the possibility that the moon did not originate here at all. The moon's density is another anomaly. At only 3.3 grams per cubic centimeter, it is significantly less dense than Earth, despite being composed of many of the same materials. This suggests that the moon is missing large amounts of heavy elements, particularly iron, which should have accumulated in its core during formation. Even more puzzling is the abundance of rare metals such as titanium, chromium, and zirconium. On Earth, these elements are scarce and usually concentrated through long geological processes. Their unusual presence on the moon raises the possibility of either unknown natural processes, or, as some theorists suggest, artificial modification. Finally, radioactive isotopes such as uranium-236 and neptunium-237, which do not occur naturally, have allegedly been detected in lunar samples. Their presence, if verified, would suggest that the moon's surface contains materials that were artificially processed. The ringing bell phenomenon. One of the most fascinating discoveries occurred during the Apollo missions. When NASA deliberately crashed the Apollo 12 lunar module onto the moon's surface in 1969, seismometers placed by astronauts recorded an unexpected result. The moon reverberated for nearly an hour, like a bell. Later impacts produced similar results, with vibrations lasting for hours. This phenomenon suggests that the moon has large hollow cavities or an unusual internal structure. A natural satellite should not resonate in such a way. Some scientists propose that the moon's crust and mantle are far less dense than expected, while others speculated about the presence of vast underground voids. To those who entertain the artificial moon hypothesis, this ringing bell effect serves as one of the strongest pieces of evidence that the moon is not what it seems. Perfect coincidences. The size and distance of the moon. Another mystery lies in the precise relationship between the moon and the sun. The moon is exactly 400 times smaller than the sun, yet it is also about 400 times closer to Earth. This creates the perfect conditions for solar eclipses, where the moon completely covers the sun's disk with uncanny precision. The odds of such a coincidence occurring naturally are astronomically small. Many researchers dismiss this as chance, but others see it as evidence that the moon was intentionally placed in its orbit. If so, then the moon may serve some greater purpose, perhaps as a stabilizer for Earth's climate, or even as a form of observation post. Myths and legends about the moon's arrival. Ancient cultures across the world preserve stories suggesting that the moon did not always shine in the sky. Legends from Bolivia, Africa, and even ancient Greece describe a time before the moon. The Chibcha people of Colombia spoke of two brothers who brought the moon into orbit. The Zulu of Africa told tales of a giant celestial egg rolled into place. Sumerian texts mention gods placing the moon to control tides and time. Such myths may be symbolic, yet they all share a striking common theme. The moon is an outsider, something that arrived or was installed, rather than born naturally alongside Earth. Observed anomalies, lights, structures, and activity. For centuries, astronomers have reported strange lights, mists, and flashes on the lunar surface, known as transient lunar phenomena. These events include glowing orbs, sudden brightening of craters, and even strange clouds. Some of these may be due to outgassing or meteor impacts, but many remain unexplained. NASA's own satellites have recorded unusual shapes on the moon's surface, geometric patterns resembling domes, towers, and ruins. While mainstream science attributes these to shadows and natural rock formations, others argue that they are remnants of artificial structures. Whistleblowers have even claimed that some lunar photographs were deliberately altered to conceal evidence of bases or alien activity. Why humanity has not returned to the moon. The Apollo missions ended in 1972, and since then no human has set foot on the moon. This absence raises suspicion. Why, despite technological advancements, have we not returned to establish permanent bases? Officially, the answer lies in costs, risks, and shifting priorities toward other missions. Unofficially, some speculate that humanity was warned away, that whoever or whatever occupies the moon does not want us there. The Soviet Union and the United States, despite their Cold War rivalry, both abruptly abandoned their lunar programs, which some consider suspicious. Could the moon harbor secrets too great for humanity to uncover, at least publicly? The hollow moon hypothesis. All these mysteries have fueled a controversial idea. The moon is hollow, or at least partially so. This theory was popularized by scientists Michael Vassin and Alexander Sherbakov in the 1970s, who suggested that the moon might be an artificial satellite built by an advanced civilization. According to this hypothesis, the moon could be a colossal spacecraft, with a reinforced outer shell of rock and metal protecting a vast internal structure. Its unusual orbit, density, and ringing bell vibrations all support this possibility. If the moon is artificial, the questions multiply. Who built it? When was it placed here? And for what purpose? Was it meant to stabilize Earth's axis, to support life, or to monitor humanity? Some even suggest it is a kind of ancient ark, carrying beings across the galaxy. Modern research and the future of lunar exploration. Despite the controversies, modern space agencies plan to return to the moon. NASA's Artemis program, along with missions by China, Russia, and private companies, aim to establish permanent lunar bases within the next decades. These missions may finally uncover answers to long-standing questions about the moon's composition and history. However, there is also the possibility that the greatest discoveries will never be revealed to the public. If the moon does hold evidence of artificial design or extraterrestrial influence, such revelations could challenge humanity's understanding of its place in the cosmos, and the powers that be may prefer to keep them hidden. Conclusion: a neighbor shrouded in mystery. The moon is far more than a lifeless rock orbiting Earth. Its strange origin theories, anomalous composition, and mysterious phenomena suggest that we may not yet know the whole truth about our closest neighbor. Whether it is a natural satellite with unusual properties, or an artificial construct placed here by unknown beings, one fact is certain: the moon remains one of the greatest enigmas of our solar system. Until humanity dares to return, explore, and confront the mysteries waiting in the silence of lunar dust, the question will remain: is the moon a cosmic coincidence or a deliberate creation?